Hi everybody, it's Psychic Medium Carla, and today I'm going to continue with my crystal video. And the first thing I want to talk about is how to pick a crystal. I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes. How to pick a crystal. Well, the way I pick a crystal is I listen. I pick the crystal that's calling to me. Say you're in a store, metaphysical shop, or at an event, and there's vendors and they're selling crystals. First, I'm drawn to the way that they look. This is me. I'm looking, I see a crystal, I pick it up, I feel it. I go with my intuition and with my gut and the way that crystal makes me feel. If it's singing to me or not, if it's making my chakras tingle or not. That's how I pick a crystal. Sometimes you just know, like that crystal is meant for me. So you gotta go with your gut, and you gotta go with how you feel when you are actually touching that crystal, okay? If it doesn't feel right, you put it back. You gotta put it back. If it doesn't feel right in your hand, put it back. Remember, you got to clean your crystals when you first get them, but even though that crystal is not cleansed yet, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't feel right in your hand, put it back. Now, other people can purchase crystals for you as well. So if you are going to buy a crystal for somebody, a friend or a loved one or whatever, do the same thing. In your mind, say, okay, this crystal is meant for bibbidi bobbidi boo. Help me find the crystal for this person. So you would do that. You would go intuitively and go with your gut. I want this crystal for my mom. She's got high blood pressure. Blah, 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 blah. You go to where, the bloodstones are. That's a good one for anything associated with the blood, high blood pressure especially. And you start going to all the bloodstones. You pick one up, pick one up, pick one up. And in your mind, you're saying, this is for my mother. Once you pick up the right one and you feel it, you're going to know. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it, is that you'll know. You'll know. Okay? And again, same thing for yourself. If you're going to buy a crystal for yourself, feel it. Every crystal vibrates. Every crystal has its own vibration and its own frequency. This is part of the reason why we use crystals in healing or in meditation or in ritual or whatever you're going to use it for. It's because it has an aura and it vibrates. And they each have their own frequency. When we carry a crystal, our aura is supposed to match the frequency of the crystal. That's one of the reasons why we use them. Again, I'm going to say this again. One of the reasons we use crystals is for their vibrations. Each crystal vibrates. Each crystal has a vibration. It's a living thing. At least it's a living thing to me. Everything has an aura. The chair. I've talked about this before. I have an aura video. Everything has an aura. Everything has an energy field around it. So you can cleanse everything. Anything that you get, you can cleanse. So when you get a crystal, we're going to go into the next thing that I'm going to cover. How do we know a crystal's clean? Or how does the cleaning process clean the crystal? It cleans the aura of the crystal. When you do a cleanse and you clean the crystal, whether it's in sea salt and water or sage or palo santo, or holy water, or all of the above, you are cleaning the crystal's aura, you are cleaning the crystal's energy field. And that's how we know it's clean, because you cleansed it. Is it going to feel different? It should feel different. It should. I feel it different. But then again, that might be depending on your sensitivity level. Everybody's different. You might not sense it the same way that I do. Just like all mediums and all psychics are different. Everybody works in a different way. sort of. But we're all different. We're not the same. So crystals, crystals vibrate. They have an aura. They have their energetic field, which is the aura, and they're all on a frequency. They're on different frequencies. Each crystal has a different frequency. This is one of the reasons sometimes why we're attracted to it, because we're resonating with that crystal. Okay? We're resonating with that crystal. One of the other things that was commented on was, how can you tell that it's working when you have it? I think more or less something like that. You get used to it. When you wear crystal jewelry, whether it's amethyst or clear quartz or whatever, smoky quartz, tiger's eye, that crystal that you're wearing on a regular basis, remember, you start matching the vibration and the frequency of that crystal. So if you don't have it on, your vibration might go down a couple notches because you're used to it. I'm used to amethyst. Amethyst is my favorite stone. It's my favorite crystal. I love the color. I love purple. I love amethyst. I have several amethysts, including 100-pounder in my kitchen, where I place other crystals to cleanse, because when you have a big chunk of a crystal like that, you can put other crystals on top of it or in it, so they'll clean. So that big giant crystal will clean. That doesn't mean you don't clean that giant crystal. I cannot physically remove it because it's too heavy. So I clean it with sage. I clean it with incense. I clean it with Reiki. I clean it with some holy water splashing. I clean it in a bunch of ways. So yes, you can feel the difference. I veer off all over the place. You can feel the difference from when you are wearing a crystal or carrying it around and when you're not, because your energetic field will get used to having that crystal around, whether what it is. This is a selenite wand. Selenite wand. It's great for breaking, cutting energetic cords, a bunch of other stuff. Let me stick to the plan. So yeah, you are going to feel different. If you don't, you might just not be sensitive enough, but you should be able to feel the difference once you start working with crystals and using them and wearing them. Absolutely. So remember, how do you pick a crystal? Go with your gut. You pick the crystal that calls to you. When I go somewhere and there's a lot of crystals, I hear lots of them calling to me. Remember, I've been carrying crystals for over 40 years. I'm used to the energy of crystals. I've never picked up a crystal before that has overwhelmed me, meaning I've never picked up a crystal that has such a high frequency that I can't handle it. There are some very high vibrating crystals out there that are on very high frequencies, and not everybody can handle it. You might have to work your way up to a certain crystal. Remember though, I'm a medium, so I live in the other land most of the day. A lot of times I have one foot in the physical and one foot in the spiritual all the time. That's just how I function since I was a teeny bitty little girl, as far back as I can remember. My first near-death experience, I was only 3 months old. So I'm used to it. I'm used to high frequencies and high vibrations. I've been carrying them for a long time. That's not mean everybody can do that. There's a lot of very crystal savvy people out there. Again, I am not a crystal expert. I have never claimed to be. It's just something that I love. I love crystals. I love buying crystals. I love using crystals, but no, I do not claim myself to be a crystal expert. I have knowledge on crystals because of who I am and what I do. So, pick the crystal that calls to you. It's easy. Picking a crystal is easy. Intuitively, you hear it, you'll feel it, you'll know that crystal is for you. If you pick it up and you don't feel right with it in your hand, put it back. That crystal is not for you, or you're not ready for it. Okay? One of my favorite things to do with the crystal meditation with a crystal where you go inside the crystal. You become the crystal. When you do this, it's amazing because the inside of a crystal is gorgeous. So I would take a crystal in your hand. This is one of my many chunks of amethyst. Okay, and if you are someone who meditates, hold it in your hand. Hold it in your hand. You do your deep breathing, get into the zone, and with each breath, sink deeper and deeper into the crystal until you're inside and you can see all the nooks and the crannies. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's very peaceful. It's very enlightening. You will love it. Do your meditation, do your breaths, sink inside to the crystal, and look around. Look around inside the crystal. You will not get trapped. Okay? Become the crystal. Let me see if I can remember what else someone mentioned. So that's a good meditation ritual to do. I like it. You can add crystals to anything. If you're doing a spiritual bath, you can add crystals to amp up the energy, to raise the vibration, raise the frequency. There's really nothing that a stone cannot enhance. If you are doing Reiki on someone, or you're doing Reiki on yourself, or quantum touch, or any kind of healing, add crystals to the mix. It will, again, raise the vibration. It will raise the frequency. Crystals are really good for your immune system, carrying them around. In the day that we are right now with all the coronavirus stuff going on, besides, make sure you wash your hands, people, and don't go bonkers and buy all the toilet paper. Carrying crystals will help raise your immune system, make your immune system stronger. It will. But remember to cleanse your crystals. Cleanse them more than you would think. Even I should clean my crystals more than I should. I have a lot of them. Sometimes, you need to do them in shifts. The labradorite that I just bought, which I posted on Instagram, I can't find it. It disappeared. Poof. I don't know where it is. I need to find it. I'm upset. So you can make tinctures with crystals as well that you can drink. Make sure that it's okay to make those tinctures, because there are some crystals that you shouldn't make tinctures with. Okay? Your chakras. There are crystals that correspond with each chakra. Now, each chakra has a color. So if you get the crystal that coordinates with the color of the chakra, you simply place that crystal on your chakras, 7 up, and that will help strengthen your chakra. It will help balance your chakras. And in turn, that will help strengthen your aura and cleanse your aura. So each chakra is a different color. You get a crystal that corresponds with each color of your chakras. Example, the base chakra is red. You get a red crystal. There are specific crystals that go with the chakras, and you can do that, but as long as you get the color right, you're okay, you're good to go. I'm trying to remember what else was asked. I think I covered it. I want to say I covered it. How do we know? How do the cleansings work for the crystals? Again, it cleans the aura. It cleans the energetic field of the crystal. Hence, the crystal's cleaned, just like we clean our own auras. It's no different. How do we know if they're working for us? You will feel different. You should feel different. Start carrying a crystal around that you've cleansed. If you're new to crystals, See how you feel. See how your mood is. Yes, you should feel it. I never leave, which I've already mentioned. I don't leave the house without this amethyst. First thing I do when I get dressed in the morning or whatever is I put this amethyst on. I do. If I leave the house and I forgot to put this necklace on, I will come back and I will get it. So, yeah, you do. You can feel it. But everybody's going to be different. So I can't tell you what it is you're going to feel. If you get, for example, a crystal for trying to keep you calm, help you with your anxiety, or help you with grieving, somebody that's going through the grieving process, a rose quartz is really good for that. Have them clean it. A rose quartz, carrying that around will help you in the grieving process. No, it's not going to take your grief away. No, it's not. It will just help you. It will help you in the grieving process. Take it, rub it. If you're starting to freak out or you're having an anxiety attack or whatever, rose quartz is good for that. There's other crystals that are good for that as well. Just using this one as an example. But yes, you can definitely feel the difference. Unless you're so closed down that you feel nothing, that's a different story. That's up to you. Everyone's their own world. So I think I covered the things that people asked me to. There was just a few of them. From a couple was from you, Tea Time. Hi, Tea Time. And yeah, that's it. So have a happy weekend. Wash your hands. Stay away from sick people. And yeah, crystals. Crystals are amazing. Till next time, have a good weekend. Bye.